All right, let's just give you a glimpse of, what we know about the Democratic Alliance thus far. The expectations, of course, is you've seen over the past, there have been some high-profile departures of leaders, people who have led the Democratic Alliance in different aspects, who have left the party due to a number of concerns. And in fact, one of those would be your Mmusi Maimane. Mmusi Maimane has been one of those, of course, who had found himself, in a wrangle with the Democratic Alliance before he had left the party to form, of course, which will be Build One South Africa at the moment. And the past leaders, of course, your Tony Leon, Helen Zille, who's now, of course, leading or vying for the position of the Johannesburg mayor. And she's certainly been out and about, doing a lot of marketing about some of the key service delivery issues where communities have complained. So she's taken advantage, of course, of some of those aspects where she felt there'd been gaps in leadership. Federal leader, of course, Chriselda Lewis, after taking over from John Steenhuisen, that you would remember, federal chairperson being Solim Simanga, and the chairperson of the Federal Council, Ashua Sarapin. But of course, some of, the key aspects, you'd know some of those, the first deputy chairperson, you'd know some of those, including Siviwe Kwagobe, are those who hold positions, executive positions within the government of national unity. And the Democratic Alliance, while within the government of national unity, we've heard various leaders of the Democratic Alliance say this, that while they are within the government of national unity, how they've positioned themselves is for South Africans to see them as a party, while in the government of national unity, try to influence what it believed are areas where the previous government at its own governing at its own leadership, with its own leadership, where they failed to do certain things. So the Democratic Alliance has certainly gone out to try and highlight or pinpoint some of those failures in order, of course, to woo some of the support, which I guess they'll also highlight in some of the key speeches that will be made today with regard to what exactly the DA has to offer within the government of national unity. What has it done to ensure that there's accountability, to ensure that, issues of corruption are dealt with? We're definitely going to hear that when the main address gets underway. All right, so the party, of course, is going to unveil its plan for municipalities ahead of the local government elections. So let's just give you a bit of history. For those who might have not known, right back from 1959, the Progressive Party breaking away from the United Party to oppose apartheid. And then the Democratic Party was formed in 1989, winning 36 seats in the final all-white election. And then in 1999, the Democratic Party becomes official opposition in Parliament. 2000, the DA established. The NNP joins briefly before exiting in 2001. And then 2010, the Independent Democrats ID, led by Patricia de Lille, merges into the DA. Then, of course, you'd know that she then left to form the Good Party. You would know, of course, Patricia de Lille, also part of the executive of the government of national unity. All right, we'll give you a little bit more, I guess, a little bit later, but we're expecting a little bit, a touch after 11 o'clock. We're expecting the official program to get underway of the Democratic Alliance as it launches its manifesto. What does it have in store for the electorate of this country come after, I guess, the results will be announced after the election on the 4th of November?